So today I'm going to do a video that is something I wanted to do for a really long time. It's going to be basically eating anime food for the day. So a breakfast, a lunch, and a dinner, eating different meals that are from different anime shows that I either have seen or haven't seen, but I've seen clips of them in the past because I really enjoy just watching anime videos, anime baking videos. And I don't know why, I just find them so freaking cozy. So this is a really weird combination of like an anime eating like an anime, eating anime food for the day, but also kind of like just a day in the life, like how my Sunday went. I don't even know. It was just cute. It was just a cute idea. Biggest inspiration for wanting to do this is I came across this book, and I always kind of thought that I couldn't do this sort of stuff because obviously a lot of it isn't vegan. And for anybody who doesn't know, if you don't know, that is crazy to me, but I am vegan. I've been vegan for a very long time, so I love consuming this content, but I've never thought to like make it vegan. And I think that that's going to be quite an interesting take because I don't see a lot of people doing these sorts of content but actually trying to twist it to be vegan. I thought it would just be fun to try and fail probably together. Yeah, this book is very good though. It's so cozy. There's so many different anime shows in here, like mentioned. A lot of them I've never even heard of, to be totally honest with you, but there's also like very typical ones in there, like Food Wars, which I feel like everybody knows, Haikyuu, Dragon Ball, Fruit Baskets, Your Name, Spice and Wolf. There's one thing in here that I actually want to try from Spice and Wolf. Trying to make that vegan would be quite tricky. One Punch Man, Your Lie in April, and it's split up into like appetizers, mains, desserts, and drinks. I'll link this book below. Shout outs to Nadine. Big ups, Nadine. Thank you so much for the bookage. Why am I saying thank you so much for the bookage? Like, she fucking bought it for me. She didn't. I bought it myself. But thank you for producing this because I feel like it was a lot of effort that went into it. Is that everything I want to say? I think so. I'm gonna eat anime food, try and make it vegan, and then you're gonna chill with me while I do my nails and stuff. Cool. Enjoy. I was flicking through this book and I was trying to find inspiration of what to do for breakfast. And I came across this souffle omelette, which is in Food Wars, and I love Food Wars. I feel like everybody who mentions Food Wars, they're like, oh yeah, that horny show about food. And it's like, yeah, pretty much. It's just full of like horny people, like literally orgasming over good food. And that's what I wanted to get out of my video today. Anyway, to cut a long story short, I actually didn't want to do this because it was like savory. I don't like savory pancakes usually. I've only had it once. It was good, but it's not really my cup of tea. So, and then I remembered watching Your Name. In Your Name, the guy is at a restaurant and he basically requests the pancakes and they look so good. So I had to try and make them vegan, and I knew it was going to be really tricky because that like soft bounciness is probably not going to be able to be achievable. But I knew that it would turn out like okay. As long as the taste is fine, I don't really care about the consistency or the texture too much. As long as it had like a cakey kind of consistency, I was going to be pretty happy, and as long as it tasted good, I didn't really care. To start with, you need to make the buttermilk, and it's basically just mixing coconut milk with apple cider vinegar. You then give it a little bit of a stir and leave it to set like at the side, and it thickens up. It's really weird. Side note that the buttermilk thing is like the vegan version because it's, I don't really know how it works, the science, but like it thickens it up and then it becomes, I think, like a binding agent. I don't really know. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I know that it's a vegan thing. So my vegans will know. Then you want to go ahead and add all of your dry ingredients. That is pastry flour with the baking powder and then sugar. I started putting in the sugar and then, as always, I accidentally spilled a bit and decided to just put it all in because it's fine. It doesn't matter. I don't think anything like with pancakes, you can have it too sugary. I think it's fine. Who cares? After that, you want to add nutritional yeast. Which again, I just want to point out, I thought that was really weird because nutritional yeast, for anybody who doesn't know, it's like a very cheesy, it's another vegan thing. It's like nutrition has yeast. I don't fucking know. Okay, whatever. It has like a really cheesy flavor. So like if I ever make like a cheesy sauce, like a cashew sauce, you would put this in it. I was like, why am I putting this in it? It's gonna make it mega cheesy. It didn't. It was fine, but whatever. And then I'm adding in baking powder, I think, and a bit of salt. I tend to add more salt than necessary. Then you mix it all together and you create like this little hole in the center of flour, of the flour, whatever. And I never understand why you do this, because in my experience, you make the little hole so that the liquid can like sit in it, but it just it pisses everywhere. So like, what's the point? I don't get it. And then you want to mix it, but when you mix it, you don't want to mix it to be like too much. You want to whisk it and get out all the lumps. There's like the specific type of batter that you want is where it's actually quite clumpy. So you like very gently just like fold it in of itself, like gently. But if there's lumps and stuff, that's actually a good sign. That's what you're kind of aiming for. I like the consistency. It should be like thick. If you were to like turn it upside down, it would definitely fall on your head, but it'd be slow fall on your head. You know what I mean? If you want to try that trick, go for it. After that, you then want to be making, what the hell are we making here? Egg, aquafaba with something. What are we making? So in another bowl, you want to have a hand electric mixer, and you whip up the aquafaba with cream of tartar till it gets like foamy, and you'll see it like really gets foamy really quickly. And then you use a light spatula to, what am I trying to say? Push it in, like fold it in of itself, so it's like all mixed in really gently. And then at this point, it genuinely just looked like spit up. I was like, this looks fucking gross again. I'm letting the process, and I'm trusting the process, but I was not feeling good because it had this like runny top. Like, can you see like on top it looks like phlegmy? Bro, I don't know, I'm not selling this. It did not look good to me. So I kept mixing it, and then I just let it to sit for a sec while I prepped some straws. Problem with the straws I'm having is they're getting moldy like insta, so I'm not joking, I bought these strawberries on the day, and by the time I got home I felt like they were rotten. I'm not even capping. So I give them a bit of a wash, pick the best ones, and then cut up those babies into little chunks, because I was trying to be all bougie and actually make it presentable too, because I'm all about aesthetics. Put it all into a bowl, and again, like I said, you can never have too much sugar, so I added some more sugar onto the straws. Because I'm a cheap bitch and I didn't want to buy egg molds, so I decided to make the actual trays, cases that the pancake's going to cook in. I read online this was actually really simple to do, and it was simple to do. I just had a struggle with like actually like then enclosing it so that the batter wouldn't like run out, but I got Lou to help me with that and it was fine. So yeah, you just like basically cut a bit and then you just fold the edges on top of each other, like in of itself, a couple of times, and you've actually got like a really sturdy case. So yeah, after that we did the baking powder. So I didn't. What am I saying? After that, I did the baking paper, where you want to put that in the pan so the actual like souffle pancake isn't having like direct contact with the pan itself. And so then I went over to the pan, spritzed it an absolute fuck ton, which you don't need to do, I don't think, especially with the baking powder. Baking paper. Why do I keep saying powder? I tried to put them both on at the same time. Like I always try to do this where I'm like, oh, I can do them both at the same time. It's gonna be so easy. Like then we can, because I was making one for me and Lou. And then I'm like, it's not fitting properly. It's gonna go up the sides. And so then I hard reset, and then I just did the one at a time. And I'm actually really glad that I did, because it meant I learned the second time. And Lou got the shit one and I got the better one. Yeah, then you just like spoon the batter in. I think it said to fill it like 3/4 full, but I didn't feel it necessary to, and I'm glad I didn't, because it rose, like you'll see, quite a lot from what it started as. At this point I'm just like making sure that the foil was like actually sticking down, because I could see it seeping out the bottom a little bit, and I was like, no. And then you just put the lid on it, and you put it on really low. The heat, I think I had it on like, I have what is it called, an electric hob? I just put it on like 3 after I knew the pan was hot, and left it for like 15-20 minutes. So yeah. Taking it out was a little bit of a mission. I could not get it from the tinfoil. I think maybe I could have like spritzed the foil so like the batter didn't stick to it. I don't know. Maybe I could have done that, but the second attempt went much better, trust. And then at the bottom, okay, the bottom was omega burnt actually, looking back at it. And it was also really freaking hot. I was burning myself so much here. But I just thought, it's okay, aesthetics, just cut off the bottom, nobody will know the difference. But for some reason I kept this in so you would see the truth behind how crap the pancake looked. Okay, it doesn't look that good. This is the second attempt, and it is so much better. Look at the bottom of that one. And that one I did like for, I think, 17 minutes. Really slow, like literally level 2 on the heat. Nothing else. And then here I am plating it up, making it look all bougie because I'm me. And I put some icing sugar on top. It didn't specifically say that, but I wanted to do it. And then some straws and maple syrup. If you don't like to watch people eat, maybe skip this part. I actually removed the footage, so like the audio, so you can't hear me ham-hamming. You're welcome. I was pretty impressed. I liked the consistency. It looked fairly like light, like cakey. And when I first took the bite, I was like, God damn, this actually good. I cooked. Really good, genuinely. Like, and it's actually not that hard to do. Like, now I know it's really not that hard to do, and I will have this again. The only problem was that I found is the inside wasn't cooked through properly, so it was a bit runny in the middle, which I showed. But I mean, I think that just comes with practice, like having it on a lower heat for longer and stuff. I don't know. I would rate this genuinely in terms of like rating it for ease and like how much effort I put in, how easy it was to like follow the instructions, how tasty it was, how quick it was, all that sort of stuff. I would give it like maybe a like 7 or 8 out of 10. You guys agree? Okay, so the next thing I wanted to make was the ham ramen that's like so well known in Ponyo. As soon as I saw it, I was like, I have to do that. Because I knew that in the morning I would spend a bunch of time doing like just my general chores and pancakes and stuff. I was like, I kind of want something simple. And I thought this was very easy for me to make vegan. And I was not wrong. It was good and it was vegan. Hardest bit for me in this was going to be making the egg. So you can buy like vegan boiled eggs, but they were like $36 and then I would have to ship them and it was a whole thing. So I ended up finding a video. I'll post it down below if anybody's ever interested. Yeah, basically I started with making the egg. So you got your almond sugar. No, you have almond milk. You're supposed to use soy, but I didn't have any. Silken tofu, miso, black salt. I don't remember the specific name. Okay, it's called kal namak. It's a type of black salt. But it's known for its distinct like eggy flavors. They weren't lying, by the way. Agar, nutritional yeast, and corn flour. Oh, and some sunflower oil, vegetable oil. I think it was supposed to be sunflower oil, but I just used vegetable oil, and I was making a point that it's the same fucking thing. Oh, and turmeric for the color. So you basically start by mixing in the milk. Obviously, I'm in a mess because it's me, and go figure. Need I say anymore? Then you put in the silken tofu. I've actually never tried silken tofu before. The consistency was so strange to me. It was like not what I expected at all. Then you add in I think the agar and the salt here. Oh, and miso. You add miso too. And you just blend that all together. And it creates like this thick white consistency. And that's it. And then you have to like cook it on a really low heat. So it kind of like all gets a bit thicker. It already looked pretty thick, but then it gets thicker. So as you heat it up, it does get thicker. And then you want to pop it into these like silicone mold case things and leave it in the fridge for a couple of hours. It took me a while. I was being really delicate here to make sure that they all filled up like perfectly because I knew that I wanted them to be like as eggy shaped as possible. Little did I think though that this silicone mold would be such a pain in the ass. You can't pick it up without the stuff going everywhere. It just leaks. I don't understand it. I don't know. It's made, I assume, for like chocolate, to make chocolate eggs or something. But like, it just pissed everywhere. Like, it was an absolute epic fail. It was crazy. I even put it in the fridge, and as I put it in the fridge, it just went everywhere. Like, you had to like stretch it out to carry it. It failed still though. It sucked. When I brought it back, it just went everywhere. I was so sad. So I just had to scoop it all back in, reset, try again. It's okay. Yeah, put it back in the fridge, and then while that was in the fridge, I started making the yolky bit, the yellow bit, by mixing corn flour with water, some nutritional yeast, olive oil or sunflower oil or vegetable oil, whatever the fuck I use, I don't know, and then that black salt stuff with turmeric. I just eyeballed the turmeric, not gonna lie, and then you do the exact same thing where you cook it and it goes thick. Again, that freaking black salt stuff, it's crazy. It's wrong. It should not exist. And then I added a little bit of pepper just because I like it. I actually did this first thing in the morning. I forgot to say that. I actually did this like prior to breakfast, which is why breakfast was so late, because I needed this to set for like 3 or 4 hours. The white still never set properly. It didn't set enough, in my opinion. It needed to set more. I don't know what I could do to make it like set better, but I don't know. The white was runny. I didn't mind it personally, but if you want like that boiled egg, like a peel, this wasn't quite it. And then you have to like scoop out the centers of the egg. That is gonna be where your yolk sits. I didn't have anything that was neat though. I was using a stupid little spoon to try and take out the middles, and it wasn't pretty. I was trying to be all aesthetic again, and it just wasn't working. It's okay. And then this stuff just, it stunk of egg in my house. It was weird. And I think in the end at this point I was actually getting pretty hungry, so I just started like slopping it in. Not the neatest thing ever. If I did this again, there's definitely some things I could do to improve it, but I was mostly focused on just like the taste, and if it went hard, it didn't, like I said. Even after freezing it, I actually froze them for like an hour, I think. It still wasn't right, but you'll see why. I actually didn't mind it because it meant the yolk and the white outer egg bit like melted in the ramen and just gave it like extra flavor, and it wasn't bad. Moving on, I was cutting up some spring onions. I actually hate cutting spring onions. They piss me off so much. It's such a tedious task, and I'm not a fast vegetable cutter, but I do really like the taste of fresh spring onions, and it's a requirement because Ponyo has it in his meal, and so I needed it in mine. I also obviously like separate it from the whites and the green bits. The green bits I use as toppings, and the white bits are actually cooked inside with the ramen. So you'll see here I like fried them off a little bit with some oil, just to kind of like create an aroma or something. I don't know. A little bit of garlic. I think I used a teaspoon. I use lazy garlic. It's so good. It's like a pre-jarred garlic, so you don't have to like chop it up. It's so based. And then put in the ramen water. I really like my ramen to be quite soupy, but Lou likes it pretty dry, so I was like preempting the fact that I'd have to drain a lot of it. So yeah, you can use any ramen at this point that you like. I have like a very specific ramen that I love. Obviously I dropped it. Let's just pretend it didn't happen. And then you just mix it all in. And I also add a tiny little bit of milk in it as well. I just like that creamy flavor in ramen. I don't know if anybody else does this, but I put the veggies on top. I don't like them cooked in. I like them crunchy. Is that weird? I don't know. And then I just put on the spring onions. The vegan ham was... I'm really odd with my meat. I don't like things tasting too like meat. It's just... I don't like meat. This just kind of tasted very much like normal ham, which is really good if you want that. But for me... I don't know how to explain it. This is my egg situation. So you can see that presentation was not the best, okay? I tried. The egg was falling apart. It was melting in the freaking ramen. But I mean, it does look kind of like the picture though. I think like presentation wise, I would give this like a 6 out of 10, which is not bad. And then again, I cut the thingy here, the audio, so you don't have to hear me slurping and hamming. I was just living my best life. I was actually thriving. I thought it tasted really good. I try to put like a little bit of a concoction of all of it. I always try to do that, you know, when you have like a bit of the ramen, a bit of the meat, a bit of the egg. So here I'm just like assembling it and failing. Because like I said, the egg didn't form. I was just literally like peeling little bits of the white and like spooning it on essentially, so the flavor was in there. But whatever. It did taste really freaking good, and it was honestly super easy to make, other than the egg situation, but it was worth it. Like, I enjoyed it. I would make the eggs again, but I just gotta figure out how to make it like actually set. If anybody knows, how to make a vegan egg set, sounds like a weird thing to say. I think overall I would probably give this one like a 7 out of 10, just because I didn't 100% rate the ham all that much, and I think the actual ramen just carried it. Like, I just love that ramen so much. It's so good. I always get sleepy after I eat, and it turns out that Creamy also gets sleepy after I eat, even if she's not the one eating. She just wants to make me feel included, you know, and we love that for me. Bro, I yap so fucking much. Need a bev. Then it was time to go get my nails done. I had these like pride nails, which had really grown out, you can see. I wasn't in love with them. I didn't hate them, but like I got very bored of them very quickly. Done. And they look so good. Got like, that's supposed to be like a little shell, right? I mean, that was supposed to be like little shells, but I love them so much. With all the little details. Okay, dinner is gonna be a tofu steak, and the tofu steak is from actually an anime that got suggested to me. Like, I'm not kidding. On my Discord server, I looked the other day at like what animes were pinned for me to like recommended shows for me to watch. This one was suggested. And after I actually like saw this, I was like, wait, that looks like a show I would love, because I love Food Wars. And yeah, it was actually suggested like 4 years ago. So like I need to watch it basically. But it's called Restaurant to Another World. It's basically this like, I've not seen this anime like I said, but it's like a fairy turns up to, or an elf turns up to the restaurant And she's like, yeah, I just want a vegan meal. And the chef's like, what the fuck? And she's like, yeah, just no milk, no fish, no meat, no eggs, like all this sort of stuff. And the guy's like, well, the woman taking the order is like, okay. So he makes her this. And now I want to watch this whole show just because of that clip that I've seen. I've seen that clip before and I didn't put it all together that it's from that anime. So yeah, we're going to make that for dinner. Let's go get to it. Had obviously drained the tofu earlier on in the day because you absolutely have to do that. Otherwise it just tastes like it just never cooks right, and it's too, you just need to get rid of the water. Just get rid of the water, okay? Just do it. Make sure that you struggle for 10 minutes with a stupid fucking tofu drainer thing and leave it to sit for like a good couple hours, okay? Just do it. Just trust me. After that, I got out my potats and my carrots, some potato starch, olive oil, salt, garlic and onion powder, some agave nectar, which is like a honey replacement, pepper, spinach, and some parsley. Oh, and then the tofu. I forgot about the tofu. So yeah, just like grated all of me veggies up. No, I didn't. I just grated the skin off it. I didn't grate them all up. Grated the skin off it and then cut them up into the sizes that I actually wanted them to be because I wanted it to look like the meal. I wanted it to look exactly like the actual din-dins. At this point, I'm actually cutting stuff up for the kids, so just ignore this little part. I just wanted to put it in because you'll see later I give them some din-dins. It's just that whenever I have carrots, Cream's little nose, she like stands up and she can smell it and I'm like, okay, I have to give her some. So yeah, I'm just cutting up some carrots, getting them ready into the nice sizes so that they actually cook through. I will admit at this point I was so tired. It was like 8 p.m. and I was cooked. I was so done. The cutting might get a little bit all over the place. Don't judge me, it's fine. And then I just washed some of the baby potatoes up, cut them up, cut the ends off, cut the nasties off. Put them all onto some trays and seasoned them. So the way I seasoned it was actually using some fresh parsley, which honestly elevated it a bunch. I love fresh parsley so much. I know it's not for everybody, but I always get fresh parsley if ingredients require it most of the time because I know that the kids love parsley as well, so there'll never be like leftovers. Like I feel like you get a big thing and then you never get through it. You know, like a big bag of it, and it frustrates me. But it's fine because I have garbage bags for pets, so they just ham it up and it's fine. And then I made the dressing. So I did some garlic and onion powder in a bowl, and I mixed it with some olive oil and the fresh parsley. Just put it all in together. Or put a little bit of black pepper in and some salt because I put pepper and salt into everything. And yeah. And then once that's done and in, you add the agave nectar, which, like I said earlier, is just like a honey replacement. It's actually really freaking good. It's a bit expensive, but it tastes amazing, and it's a little bit healthier than... I say healthier, it's probably just less sugar. I actually don't know that is a true fact. I'm just saying it. It might not be true. I don't know. And this was the consistency. I thought it looked pretty good, and I love like honey glazed vegetables, so I knew this was going to hit. There was a lot of veg. But I eat a lot, and I always make more, and then I can have it for leftovers, so it's fine. At this point, I think I'm making what am I making? I don't know, hold on. Shit. Oh, okay, so I'm making the, like, mixture that's gonna go on top of the tofu. Dried kelp, mirin, lemon juice, soy sauce, some rice vinegar, lazy garlic, and then I'm putting the spinach in the pan that I'm just gonna like saute it. I don't know how people do spinach usually, but I like to boil it for a couple of minutes and then it goes like all wilted. Put in the soy sauce in jug with some mirin. Oh wait, I don't think you actually put rice vinegar in it. I think I cocked that up. I think I just fucked it up. Whatever, I don't think I put it in. And then you put sugar in. And a little bit of, garlic. But I put a lot of garlic in because I love garlic. Mix it all together so it's all evenly distributed and stuff in it. And then add some lemon juice, which I thought was weird. But apparently the whole point of this is it's like a very citrusy jus kind of thing. So I was like, fine, whatever. If this says to do it, fine. Never worked with kelp before, not gonna lie. I have so much of it, and I don't know if I'll ever use it again. I think I'm just gonna like stick it in my ramen. Is that weird? And then you just cook that on low for a little bit with all the all the liquids basically and the kelp inside of it. I guess it just like cooks, flavors, the kelp flavors it all. I don't fucking know, dude. I'm not a chef. But yeah, I just let it simmer for a little bit. I think it went a little bit thick, if I remember rightly. Like, thicker than I thought it would go. But it was nice. Okay, at this point I'm making the, like, potato starch, like, outer casing for the tofu. So I took the tofu out. Obviously, it's been drained for all day, pretty much. I think I did 4 hours per block. But I still always like to squeeze a little bit more out. And then I just kind of, like, flip the tofu around in the pistachio. Oh my god. In the potato starch until it was, like, covered everywhere. And then literally put it all in on the oven to cook, which is multitasking. Normally I'm good at, but not for new recipes. So I was a bit nervous here. Put a bunch of spray on this, like, griddle kind of pan, because you want that, like, marking on it. That's what it had in the show, so I wanted to kind of, like, get that same appearance. I didn't know what I was doing here, though. It felt so weird to just cook a whole block of tofu. Never done this before. I normally cut up tofu or scramble it, and then obviously you can see the spinach was already done and wilted way before the tofu was done, and it got omega smoky in there. Like, I think I cook things on too high. I don't know, a bit of it burnt, but just pretend it doesn't burn. It looks good. Then it was plating up time, so it looks like there's a lot. You can see a bit of the griddle marks, which I was very happy about, and the flavor sauce thing on top looked amazing. I liked how squishy the tofu was. It was, like, crispy on the edging, and then yeah, nice and squidgy in the inside. I was really excited to try this. And I also, at this point, I think it's like 10 p.m. Okay. This is the situation we're working with. Honestly, it looks pretty fucking good, in my opinion. So, yeah, I actually really like this, but like I said, I've never eaten tofu like this, so it was a little bit weird for me, just like to have like a whole block, like a burger. I didn't really know what to expect, but I was pleasantly surprised. It was nice, and it actually felt flavored all the way through, even though it probably wasn't, because the sauce didn't go into it. I don't know. By the way, don't come for me for my portion sizes, okay? I'm a hungry girl, and I like to eat. I literally feel like I just yapped for like 50 years. Did any of that even make any sense? I don't know what I'm doing. Don't know what I'm doing. That was it. That was my cooking day. And sort of like existing with me day. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. It was chill. It was busy, but like I honestly really do enjoy cooking. So doing this was kind of fun, and it puts me out of my comfort zone because I like trying new things, but definitely having the like anime aspect of it kind of like gave me a reason to do it. Otherwise I feel really uninspired. So I think I want to do this more because I'm not being funny, but anime food always looks so pretty in shows. So to do more of it I think would be really fun, really nice. I have some couple of other ideas. If you guys have any ideas, like let me know. But I'm thinking I definitely want to do like a Ghibli kind of day where it's actually just food from Ghibli movies. Although saying that, I did the Ponyo thing. But I already have some ideas for other stuff in the future. But yeah. I speak too much, but I also don't say a lot. That makes sense? Like I feel like I say nothing of substance. Whatever. I hope you enjoyed hanging with me. I'll catch you in the next one. See you guys. Bye bye.